Hey, what is up everybody? Blades for here, and today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and talking about some of the new updates that's going to be coming to the global side of things here, whether that is going to be some of the new events being cross-fate, as well as the new banner being Makoto Niijima coming out fairly soon. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And as always, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a lot. Y'all have been on an absolute roll the last few days, so I can't thank you guys more than enough. We're still trucking to 14k, then gonna be trucking to 15k here, and y'all have been more than supportive. So thank you guys for all the support so far. We're gonna continue going from here. Now, one of the things I did want to say before we go on with the video is we're not gonna be doing a stream today. My Wi-Fi has been really jumpy recently. I don't know what's been happening, but like earlier for some reason went from like 30 ping, then immediately jumped to like 5,000 and has been doing this pretty consistently. So hopefully I can get this video up at a proper time. I'm trying to get it up maybe at around like 3 o'clock or something. It was going to go up earlier, but it was just tripping way too much. So hopefully it's stabilized by then so you guys can see this video, and we'll have a lot more things ready then. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So if you guys did not know, of course, we have our next update that's going to be happening fairly soon here, and that is going to be with the release of Makoto Niijima, as well as some extra events. If you go ahead and take a look at the event tab here, we're seeing a lot of the events, at least the cross-fate events, slowly have more things unlocked. As we can see, this one here is going to be unlocked fairly soon here, and then with at least Makoto Niijima, we are unlocking her trial in general at August 3rd. Now, this is going to be an interesting thing for a lot of people here, because with this in mind, we're going to have a ton of things that we're able to actually do here. Not only is it going to be the entire story most likely, but we eventually will unlock this little guy here, which will be absolutely amazing. Now, this is in 4 days and 7 hours, and which is where they're actually going to be releasing the whole update itself by the looks of it. Though I'm unsure if Makoto is going to be moved back to the 7th. It's been kind of weird and hazy how they're going with it. I know something ended up happening where her date is saying August 4th, but at the same time, it's also some things pointing out at like August 7th. I don't know if that's going to be actually happening, but most likely we are going to be seeing her on the 4th of August. So this is going to be interesting here, because with this in mind, we not only have, of course, the crossroads fates here, which should bring us a lot more things inside this actual event little option here as well. So for you guys who have actual coins, you'll be able to look forward to that. But with this in mind here, we will also have some new patch updates. So if you guys go ahead and take a look on my screen, you should be able to see the whole display capture now here, and we can click the notice. We actually have a new event coming out immediately, which is going to be called the Send Them Flying event. Now, this is a flying event. If you guys have not done it here, the whole aspect of it is you're going to complete different missions. You get these said tires, and then cattle will be able to run over these said barrels. Each one of these barrels are going to end up giving you different materials here, and even can get you some meta jewels out of this. So we are going to be getting some decent gems and junk out of this as well, while also getting some nice little materials. Now, these materials can stem from different awakening materials, EXP materials, you name it, they most likely are giving it away. I know later on TW, they start giving you some of the other items, such as like blank fates for one of the milestone areas. And so there's a high possibility you guys are going to be getting some nice rewards out of this as well. But we're going to have the actual event immediately up, and I will try to make sure you guys know exactly how that works. It's pretty easy. It's pretty much just doing your daily missions. You get the wheels, and then you're just able to automatically run over these said things. Nothing too crazy. But with that in mind here, we not only do have those events that are going to be coming out, but we are going to be having the release of Makoto Niijima. Now, currently, I don't think her weapons is inside of this casing here, so we can't actually see her weapon in here. But normally inside the battle pass cases, which I'm guessing we can't see it because, of course, we don't have the newest battle pass just yet, you'll be able to see her actual battle pass weapon. She's going to end up being dropped around either August 4th or August 7th here, and which will be pretty interesting, because for at least banner wise, we're going to end up seeing not only just Yui going away, but we'll be seeing most likely Yusuke and her being out at the same time. Though this should be pretty much an easy pick for most people to go ahead and decide who they want to pull on here. Still, that'll be two different Phantom Thieves that you guys really can very well get. So hopefully they do give us enough patch rewards to really kind of help us out on that aspect here. But with this in mind as well, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the character's kit and at least show you guys exactly what she has packing to really get you kind of excited about the character themselves. So let's go ahead and cut straight into it here. You guys should see on my screen my arc, or at least a Pride Wind popping up in quite a second here, in which this will have everything we need to know. Now, on Pride Wind's website, if you guys have never been here, of course, you go ahead and look up pridewind.gg, and then it will have the P5X Phantom X little wiki here. Now, one of the few things that you guys want to know about Makoto here is she is an amazing single target DPS. She's kind of shaky on TW currently, or at least the CN servers currently, but that's just because there hasn't been enough nuke type content, and we haven't had any like nuke real teammates for her. But the character herself, especially when she first came out, she ruled a couple patches, and by a couple patches I mean at least a good 4 patches here, where she was absolutely dominating in SOS and in Guild Boss, and it was quite interesting to see this character. She was a very powerful single target character, and the main thing about her was you didn't have to know too much on how to use her, because the only type of move that you really need to utilize with this character is going to come down to the highlight and just the skill 3. She also had a new thing that was brought into the game, which more or less were these type of mask effects here. By pressing the said mask effect, she went into a different form, and this was called the Fusion Overload form, or her Iron Will status. With this in mind here, when she was under this status here, it immediately changed her third skill. Instead of being Nuclear Blast, the Fusion Overload, and this allowed her to deal even more damage and trigger technicals. Now, the interesting thing about her is she does work off of elemental elements here, and that's what's going to make her team even more so interesting. If you really want to get the best use out of Makoto, you're going to need the elemental elements on the enemy, and this is going to be anything like winded, fire, shock. Any of those things are elemental elements, and they're going to help her do even more technical damage or even more damage overall. The most things I can say about this character is she is insanely strong here, and as you can see, for every elemental element that the foe does have, she does increase her attack accordingly. So she really will dish out a ton of damage for anyone that you really want to go for. But I know a lot of people are going to be asking, what's the best thing to go for this character? If you guys really did want to get this character and just get kind of the minimum for her, I would advise you trying to go for her A0 and then getting the weapon. If you wanted to go for the A1, it's nice and all, but still try to get the weapon first. The reason why I say this is because the A1 itself, if you go ahead and read it right here, yes, we're able to get tenacity stacks a little bit quicker, but this only allows us to get into her form a little quicker, which if you're trying to do your rotations correctly with buffing and things of that nature, this is more likely going to throw you off a little bit, especially if you don't have the weapon. Yes, sure, we're going to get an increase in attack by 50% when we're in the Iron Will status, though this is not going to make a huge difference. It's only just really letting us get our Iron Will status a little bit earlier here and increasing us only for that actual aspect. While the 5-star weapon itself is actually going to be helping you out a lot more. The 5-star weapon is more or less going to help out her entire kit rather than just a one singular just move that she really has. It's going to help out the character as a whole. So I feel like a lot of you guys really want to go ahead and get the 5-star weapon more than at least going ahead and getting the A1, but that's just me. Now, for some of you guys who want to know exactly what the weapon does do, keep in mind, this weapon is more or less going to help her out for her nuclear techniques here, while also not only increasing her attack, but allowing her to deal even more damage in her Iron Will statuses and stack heat energy, which increases her nuclear damage even more so. So if that didn't convince you to really go for the A0 and at least the R0 being the 5-star weapon, I don't know what else to tell you. The character is extremely good here, and when she does come out, it's going to be absolutely amazing to see her. Now, something that you guys should know immediately once she does drop, which hopefully this character drops alongside her, we are going to be getting, of course, Vino here, who is absolutely amazing as well. She is a 4-star single target debuffer, which is perfectly made for our girl Makoto Niijima. With this in mind here, she actually plants a lot of elemental elements on the enemy, also allow you to get the damage down or the defense down on the enemy as well. With this in mind, you're not only giving an elemental element at this point, but you're able to do the defense downs. You're able to make sure they're taking more damage with even one of the other skills here, which is absolutely amazing, being the skill 2. And this is going to be something that you're probably going to utilize quite often, including which she's one of the first characters that you're going to see a lot more with the EHR stats here. She's increasing her attack by the EHR stats. This isn't too crazy that you want to at least pay attention to, but it still does come in handy. Plus, of course, if you are going to be going all out on Makoto Niijima here, Having her on her banner is also going to be very helpful, because the more dupes that you do have, the more of those elemental elements Vino will be able to place on the enemy, pretty much just helping out your nuke damage overall for Makoto Niijima. These two are like just two peas in the pod, so you want to make sure that you're getting both of them, seeing how much they help each other out. Well, as I did say, there's going to be a lot of things that's coming out very soon here. We have, of course, the event that's going to be the crossfade. We have the new challenges that's going to be coming out, as well as some other things that's going to be dropping as well, being at least the cattle event. So hopefully we can get some more stuff as long as that here. I think that's going to be 1.4 or 1.3 for our version. 2.0 is still the version to look out for, especially for global players here. So we can only just see what's going to happen soon. But please, everybody, keep in mind, keep your gems good. Don't go too overboard, because we do know there's a few characters coming up very soon, Phoebe, Cord, that really much so may change a lot of things inside of this game. So keep that in mind as long as when you're summoning. But without further ado, you guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace out.